Okay, a video on cameraman, and you're on, or I think, can you click on the, there you go. Kind of stuff. Noon, ara echita, erotemata, peritu, onetnosmatos, omatetai, kalastoi.
What is the difference between the two elbow words?
Okay, so that is a good question, and I want you to find out.
Okay.
Okay? How might you do that? How might you do that?
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to
Well,
Google it
let's
right now?
tell you what. Let's click on. Let's come down here.
Oh,
Let's
see how it's used.
And let's see. Let's click on it right here. This will be a nice little exercise in how to make use of the materials that we have. Oh, that's not what we want. We want the on-cone. All right, so let's look at this. This is the Liddell Scott Jones. This is the big Greek English lexicon. Okay, and let's have a look at this. Ooh. So the bend of the arm, the elbow. Now, what we're looking at is how this, the different definitions, right? So we've got the elbow, okay. Here it's used apparently in arm, but let's look at these. Let's look at these the references. So IL would be what?
Iliad.
The Iliad. OD is Odyssey. So we see a lot of Homeric uses, right? We've got D, which is Demosthenes. So this is a 4th century orator. Diogenes Laertius is that. Okay, so we've got those uses of it. Let's come down here. Could be any nook or bend. Okay. Okay. On cone. Okay. Tekeos. So this is the corner, the bent corner of a wall. Okay. So and this is we see in the Iliad and Herodotus. We've got this is S would be what? Sophocles, and this is Ajax. Okay. This is Strabo, Greek geographer. So that gives us some idea of how this is used. A difficulty. Okay. So, we might use it, say, a kink in the hose, right? Okay. A kink in the system, which is essentially just a bend, is another way of referring to some trouble. Okay. All right. So now let's go back and let's look at polemi. Polemi, excuse me. Elbow, or rather the arm from the elbow downwards. Okay, so we've got a slightly different, this is here we've got Aeschylus, the Persians, okay, Sophocles, Trachiniae, this is Aristophanes, the frogs. Look, we've got even other interesting meanings here, a mat or mattress. So that will give you some sense of the distribution and the uses of things, right? And so you can go in there, you can explore, what the differences are. Okay? Cool. Okay. Very good. Alla erotemata? Nun Melanie, paraphrase parakalog, pan to anagnosma.
The first paragraph?
Yeah, pan.
Oh, okay. Since you know the parts of the head, about all the other parts of the body, it is necessary to learn. Are the biggest parts of the body Among the head.
Not meta tes kephales, ala meta ten kephalein. Ou with, ala after.
After the head.
Kalista.
Neck and thorax and hand and
Legs. Kalista. Aga.
It sits, the head sits on the neck.
Kalista.
The shoulders lie under the head on each side.
Under the toi tracheloid, ou te kephale.
Oh, under the
Kalista.
on each side. And on the one hand, the part of the shoulders.
The part opista.
Under the shoulders.
Under the shoulders, right? Hupotois.
The back, it is said. And they are the in front part, like the part in front, the chest.
Kalista.
And in the middle of the chest, they are the sternum and two breasts. From the shoulders, the arms, they are, and the arms.
And hutos. We talked about hutos. Say pirema.
Oh, one after the other.
So in this way, thusly, one after another, or in order. Kalista.
Thus in this way, the arm and the forearm and
Kalista.
the joint of the arm and of the forearm is the elbow. And the joint of the forearm and the hand is the wrist.
Kalista.
And in the hand, 5 digits.
And in hecatera.
On each side.
On each of two hands, pentadactyla, kalista. Now look at this word pakeos, okay? And if this is an uncontracted form, okay? We might see pakus, okay? It would be another form of the genitive, because we talked about the contractions. Ara eketera temata, kalista, noon. Anagignoskete parakalov tudon ton logon pantes. Tuda status pantes anagignoskete parakalov. Tuda status hekaterothenesta leura koiliai to exephes. Kalista. He anokolia thorax. Kai he katokolia gasteresta. Kalista. Kai in mesoi tes katokolias ho ophthalmos. Omphalos, just not omphalos, that would be really strange. Okay, and then omphalos. Okay. Kai in mesoites katokolias ho omphalos. Omphalos. Quantas lageta omphalos? Omphalos, kalista. To hupotoi notoi meros tu somatos. He os us
os fus,
kai pugai,
kai pugai,
ta metatain os fun,
tai metatain os fun,
efon kathidzaman.
efon kathismen,
Kalasta. Aloi da pugas, glutus calusem.
aloi de pugas, glutus calusem.
Make sure that this is not day. It's da. Da. This is day. Kalasta. Skeleda.
Skeleda,
To exit. This.
to exifes,
Ton pugon.
ton pugon,
To the skelus.
to the skelus,
Ta mere pasada.
ta mere tosatus,
Meros.
meros,
Kai kneme.
kai kneme,
Kai pus.
kai pus,
Gonumen to arthron.
gonumen to arthron,
Tu meru.
tu meru,
Techaites knemes.
tekaites knemes,
Kalasta. Svuron te knemes tekaipodos.
suron te knemes, tekaipodos,
Spuron. Spuron.
suron,
Spuronda.
suronda,
Spuronda knemes.
surondas knemes,
Tekaipodos.
tekaipodos,
Kai ef hakateru.
kai ef hakateru,
Podos.
podos,
Pentadactyloi.
pentadactyloi,
Posus dactylos ekes, Chris.
It's Deca, Kai Deca.
Deca kai deca. Okay. Right. Very clever. I like that. 10 and 10. That's excellent. That's a wonderful way to do that. You get your point across with the words you know. Fantastic. That's what you do. That's how we manage, right? Okay. So how might we say that otherwise with maybe another word? Ekose dactyloi. Okay, kalasta. Ara ekete eratemata, peri tu anagnosmatos? Te esta?
Dactyloi, how do you distinguish, is it always contextual, so you know the digits are of the foot or the digits are of the hand? So you would never talk about dactyloi just in the middle without hand or foot context.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're pretty comfortable with that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, I mean, it's interesting that we have two words for essentially the same things, right? The appendages of our hands and feet. We have two different words for that, toes and fingers. But it's like a lot of things, it's contextually bound, and you would understand what we're talking about. But, yeah. Alla erotemata? Nu, paraphrase parakloton, proton, logon. Chris, this is your favorite word.
Of course. On either side, I remember.
Kalasta.
That's when I don't.
Okay. Te este to status.
Chest.
Kalasta, yeah.
On either side of the chest is
A pleura.
along or rib cage. I guess it's kind of ribs.
Yeah. What would we call this? Okay. This part right under here on either side. Pleura. Okay. Pleura. Okay. Sides. We call it our sides, right? I mean, sides applies to lots of other things too, right? We don't have a really specific word for the sides of the chest, right? We just call it our sides, which is kind of interesting. I think linguistically it's an interesting thing. But we have very specific a pleura. Okay. Cool.
So that's like cavity.
Mm-hmm.
Cavity.
Te esta Just as the whole arithmos tulum.
Oh, it's plural. Right?
Plural, okay? So, supposed to look at that, cavities. Now it's the cavities. So, XFAs, we've seen this expression, right?
Yeah.
No, not hex.
Oh, fish that.
No. XFAs, where have we seen that before?
There is?
No. Here it is again. Okay, can you remember this? Here, let's look at it here. So XFAs, here we go. Where is it? XFAs. Plus XFAs. Oh, FXAs. Oh, look at that. Little dyslexia there. Okay, I turned around the letters.
So that's supposed to be XFAs?
Well, there might actually be both spellings. We'll have to look this up. Okay. But what did this FXAs means? What?
That was like the following.
Right. Following, right. Okay, so we have the same thing. This is really interesting. We need to look this up. Where is Nancy Margaret when I need her? FXAs. Okay, so we've got this one. Okay, FXAs, right? So look at this. What I've done is I've transposed that. There's another one in there, right? Is there another one in there? I guess not. Okay.
Okay, so what we have is like on either side of the chest there are sides, basically, right?
That's right.
There
is a side.
There is a side.
On each side of the chest, right?
And then cavities.
And then in order, cavities.
Okay, gotcha.
Cavities, okay. Kalasta. Amy, paraphrase parakalon deuteron lobon, he anokolia.
Okay. Above the cavities.
Okay, all right. The.
Oh yeah, above the cavity.
No. The
cavity above.
The cavity up.
Up.
The up cavity.
Okay.
Okay.
The up cavity. It's the thorax, or the
thorax. Right.
thorax, and the one below, or the below one.
The down cavity.
The down one is the stomach.
The stomach. Gaster. Very good. Paraphrase parakalo ton triton logon Melanie.
And in the middle of the cavity, the navel.
In the middle of the kato koilias. So anokoilia, katokoilia. The lower koilia.
The lower
Cavity.
The,
and omphalos.
the stem.
Omphalos.
The navel.
The navel. Where pu esta? Pu estu? Pu esta? Here's a question. Pu esta? Oops. Omphalos to Cosmo. Pu esta, where? Pu esta is omphalos, the belly button of the world. But you never even thought about that, right? Where's the belly button of the world? Delphi, very good. Delphi, very good. That is the belly button of the world, just in case you want to know. Okay?
What's that mean?
You can actually see it. You can see the belly button of the world right there in Delphi.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The omphalos. Yep.
Let's go there.
We should go there. Just a reminder that the way we think about the world is doesn't always map onto the way they thought about the world. But the world could have a belly button. That's a really interesting concept. Right?
We should all take a big field trip in the summer.
We should to visit the belly button of the world.
And everywhere. Visit a lot of places. You can take us.
Okay, so omphalos. Kai tetarton logon parakalo abi. To hupo toi notoi.
Above or
Okay.
below
To meras.
the parts
The part. Hupo toi notoi.
above the hupo
Uk huper ala hupo.
below
Below.
Not,
To noton. Hupotois, homois. Opista. Homoi,
shoulders,
opista,
spine,
hupo.
the back.
So state the back.
The back.
Okay. Kalos. Tomeros, the part.
The-
Hupotoi, notoi.
The part below the back.
Kalasta.
Oh, this is the
And tomeros two somatos.
two somatos. Okay.
Panta tamera est tosoma. Tosoma,
The body.
the body.
The bo-
The body.
So the part below the back of the, or is that of the body since it's two?
Of the body, huh? Very good,
Uh-huh.
excellent. So the part of the body, the part below the back,
Eos.
os. What is this part?
Is it the lower back? The
We call it the lower back, okay? But what is, but how many of you, I mean, this is a really interesting thing. On the lower back of an animal, if you were to go into the butcher shop and you were to ask, I would like the muscles from the lower back of an animal, what would they give you? The loins, okay? The loins. Loins to us have come down to us as sort of referring to one's reproductive capacity. But actually the loins are the lower back. Kai pugai.
And
O ahe ospus kai pugai.
and the buttocks.
And the buttocks kalos.
Among
Ta
or in the
meta,
mid stuff?
Meta,
below
not meta.
after
After. Kalos.
After.
Obtain ospun.
After the after the loins.
Uh-huh. Ethon. Kafidzimen.
So the part after the loins.
You're doing great. Ethon kafidzimen. Just say my name.
It's a verb.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Like they rest or they sit. What do they sit under?
They.
Or it we what
We
sit under?
We sit ethon.
upon.
Upon.
Okay. So the parts
Uh-huh.
below the back
Mhm.
of the body,
Uh-huh.
the loins are the loins,
Mhm.
and the buttocks
Mhm.
is after the after the loins upon which we sit. So
very good, very good. So now we know what all of those words are.
Right.
Okay, so now let's relate them to one another. And we're going to look that essentially we've got two things here that are divided, that are combined by the word ka. We've got this part, okay, and we've got this part. Okay. So let's do this first part.
the parts of the body,
The part of the body, hubotoi notoi,
below, the parts of the body below the back are the loins.
is
The loins.
okay. Ista e oscus. The loin.
Is the loin.
Kai and
And
hugai
below
Esa
the
are ta
The-
understood mere, right?
the parts. Okay, so understood the parts.
Parts.
The parts.
Beta ten oscum.
The part of the body among.
Not among, not with, Allah,
After the part of the body after the loins is the buttocks on which we sit.
Very good, very good. Okay.
Okay.
Excellent, excellent. So this is kind of a hard sentence, right? Because you're encountering Greek without any verbs and only nouns and only case endings, right? And prepositions, right? Which is how Greek functions, okay? Because we know we've got two nominative things here. We've got hugai and ta. Ta understood mere. Why do we understand that this is mere? Because there's nothing else there that is nominative or even accusative, neuter plural for that matter. So we go back to meros. So we can leave meros out. Okay. And we've got we've got a nominative there, but no verb, so we will automatically supply a verb to be. Okay. All right, so the part of the body underneath the back is the loin.
Mm-hmm.
And the buttocks are the parts, tamere, after the loin, upon which we sit. It's pretty awesome. I mean, it's serious, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. We think, how, to a certain extent, how many extra words we have to use because we have a set structure into which we have to put stuff. Okay? If we didn't have that structure and we could just put the stuff in there, just pile it in there, there it is. It's very concise, very succinct, but it takes English speakers. I think we talked a little bit about the disadvantage that English speakers have because we don't inflect our words, okay, and we rely on that structure. So this is a really good example to work with about how using the case endings and prepositional concepts and the illusion of things, how it works. Excellent, thank you, Abby. Question?
Yeah, sort of. So, as far as, I know you said that there's no definite structure, but, so as far as the structure goes, it's each noun and each, every word in Greek has, its own, name, or its own gender, or, yes, gender, number, and case.
That's right, every noun.
Right.
Every noun,
Every noun.
every adjective.
Every noun and adjective. Okay, so it's a bunch of just noun and adjectival phrases. Where do you, but we have kathidzumen.
And so we have verbs.
Right.
We have verbs too. And all verbs have 5 characteristics.
What?
What are they? What do you think they are?
Persons.
Tense is one. Person. Number.
Voice.
And mood. We've encountered all 5 different sort of characteristics of this. So if we were to say what this was, let's go through all 5 characteristics of kathidzumen. Its number is what? Plural. And what is the Greek word for plural? Pleithuntekos, plural. Okay. All right. So it's plural. What else do we know about it?
First person.
It's first person. Okay. Now you've actually learned the word for person. Well, that's for a human being, anthropos. We haven't made this connection, but we just learned it. It's prosopon. Prosopon, which tessemane prosopon.
Face.
Face. Okay, face. This is and this is why person comes down to us from the Latin translation is what?
Persona.
Persona. Persona. Okay, and why did they use the concept of persona as a face? As in the personae dramatis, right? Because the face was the person, right? Okay, so to prosopon is the person. Okay, so and this is first person. What's our word for first?
Proton.
Proton. Proton prosopon. You guys know. You know this grammar already. Proton prosopon. Okay, so first person, plural. What else?
Active.
It's active. We haven't learned that word yet, but it's coming. Active. Active. What are the other two?
Mood.
Mood. Okay. So we have experienced 3 moods already. What are they?
Subjunctive.
We've read the subjunctive, right?
Indicative.
Indicative.
Oh, imperative.
Imperative. Right. So we've learned three moods already. Okay. And which one is this one?
Indicative.
Indicative. Right. Okay. Indicative. And is that? Let's see. Number. Person. Oh, tense.
Present.
Or has it progressed?
Present. It's present.
Present,
It's just
okay.
present. Yeah. Present. And we haven't learned the word for time yet either. Chronos. Chronos is it. All right. Very good.
We use Chronos to take our time for
For
work
a job.
study.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
It's
right.
appropriate.
Okay, very good. All right, so there you go. So yes, you're absolutely right. We have a bunch of verbs, and verbs have 5 characteristics. We have a bunch of nouns and adjectives. They have 3 characteristics. Are you ready for a completely mind-blowing concept here?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, because this is one of the most amazing things about the Greek language is we have words that take from the nominal system, number, case, and gender, and from the verbal system, tense and voice. And we call those participles. It's a hybrid. I mean, it's like the best word ever. Okay, it's got number, case, and gender, and it's got tense and voice. That is like the most awesome thing in the world. Think of what you can do that. And it's not like that lame Romanoid language, okay, that has a bunch missing. Greeks got them all. Okay, it's fantastic.
Question.
You've actually seen a participle.
Was it Chronos a Titan or something like that?
That's yes, but that's with a kappa, not with a he. You've actually seen a participle. Right?
From what the H's.
From the what?
When we were talking about how old people were.
Very good. Gegonos. Gegonos is a participle. Okay, gegonos. We also, here's another one that we've seen. See if you can remember what this means.
Oh, the beard.
Mm-hmm. It's related to hair. Okay. But what does huomeni, remember?
The hair that springs forth.
Huomtai. Huomtai.
Come from.
Growing.
Grow, that's right, to grow, to come forth. Right, okay. Huomtai. So huomeni is let's see, the number, case, and gender. feminine, feminine,
Singular.
singular, onomastake, no,
No, nominative.
nominative, very good, nominative. Okay, so we got those three things down. Okay. The other, this tells us that it's a participle, and it tells us that it's a middle or passive participle. Very good.
What was the other one it takes from verbs? It takes number, case, gender, voice, and tense.
Tense, 5 things for verbs. These are what we will learn as time goes on, the quintessential verb form. Okay, the quintessential. Which means what?
In English?
Yeah.
Very necessary.
Yeah, but for you Romanoids out there, quintessential. The 5 elements, okay? Something quintessential has 5 things. It's amazing. Okay. Okay. Very good. Where does the word element come from? Something that's elemental. What does something elemental mean?
Basic, like structural.
Mm-hmm.
Comes down to.
Where does anybody know where that word comes from?
Something men's.
No. You'll love this. Here's your clue.
Comes from the alphabet.
It does come from the alphabet, but where?
The middle of the alphabet.
It comes from the middle of the LMN. Elemental. Comes from LMN, the 3 middle letters of our alphabet. Isn't that wild? Wonderful language. Okay, very good. Here we are. Okay, so here we go. So, okay. Alloy the pugas Bluetooth kalusen. Paraphrase parakalo melanie.
All.
Uh-huh. Oh, not all. That would be pantes. Others. Others. Okay, so we've got number, case, and gender. O arithmos, pogenos, kai ptosis. Plural, alasta, leituntikos, kai masculine, alos. Arsenikos is the word for masculine, arsenikos. Kai onomastake, kalasta. So others what? Others kalusa.
Others on each side?
No, that's hekaterafan.
Others are called.
Others call.
Others call. The bottom. The one? No.
No, that's oscurus. Yeah. Okay. So others call the buttocks the buttocks. Okay. The glutes, right? Okay. The gluteus, what is it? The gluteus maximus? Yeah, right, okay. I put that up there because this is a more familiar term that we associate with butt. Right? Scaleda, Aga, Melanie, continue. Scaleda.
The legs
Uh-huh.
are made up, strong.
Okay. Well, they are in order. Okay. To exit face, the order.
In the order.
Don, Ugon.
Strong.
Okay. No, this is Pugas, right? Pugas?
Oh, this is in the order.
Uh-huh. Now how are we going to figure that out? It's plural. It's plural. What's its case? It's ¿Qué es de entonces?
Data. Accusative.
Oh. Okay, Genitive, kalos. Okay, so here we're going to make a little thing. Okay, there are posoi or posai, potoses, esa. How many cases are there? Tetares, kalos. Ono, mastike, kalos, kai geneke, kalos, kai do teke, kai atia teke. Okay. And we've got asenekos, okay? Masculine. Okay? Penekos. Arithmos. Arigignosketa? Understand? Okay. So it's a definite article. We're going to put the definite articles. Okay. So what definite article would we put in each one of these places? Ha, kalos. Uton. Tu, kalasta.
Toy.
Toi.
John.
Ton. Kalasta. Nu.
Wait, get the last.
Too late. You'll see it many times. You can reconstruct it. Okay. Pleithuntikos. Pleithuntikos. Tisimani pleithuntikos arithmos. Plural.
Toy.
Hoi, kalos. Tigrafo.
Ton. Toys.
Tus.
Great job.
I have that.
Kalasta. So, tisesta.
Genitive.
Melanie, genitive. Okay, so how are we going to make sense? How can we make sense of that clause? So the scale are what? Ta megista mere tu somatos, metaten kephalein, tracheus, kai thorax, kai keres, kai scale. So tisimene, legs. Okay, so legs in order. So how can we relate this scale to thon pugon? From. Okay, out of or from. Okay, so let me show you something. Okay, so here we go. Look at this one right here. Aboda ton homon eisen e brachiones. Okay, paraphrasa tu ton modo.
So like from
Uh-huh.
the shoulders
Uh-huh.
come the arms.
Are
Are the arms.
are the arms. Okay, so now we've got, oops. Scale, scale. So, yeah. X on, Rome. Okay. You see how this is working? Okay. So scale is equal to hebraciones. Okay. So we could put in there, what are the things that are missing in this one that we can put in there?
Asin.
Asin, okay, scale, but we wouldn't put S in with scale, why? It's plural neuter, okay, so we'd have to put what?
Esta.
Esta. Okay, scale esta. One last thing. Apo, apo. Very good, excellent. Okay, so we build, so I want you to get used to the idea of looking at these sort of parallel structures. Okay, to make sense of that. All right, isn't that clever? That's really interesting. Listen, you are, I'm just so proud of you, so because you are, this is Greek from an anatomical text. I mean, this is just how it is, okay? And you're reading it, okay? It's an amazing thing. What, we're like 4 weeks into the semester, and you're reading Greek anatomical text? It's all awesome. It's totally awesome.